without further ado, let me introduce Tanya.
Thank you so much. I want to start by thanking you for coming here. I know that you have a busy schedule and you're with your family and your children, and the fact that you took some time to be here for me really means a lot. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you. To Beverly and Bill Parker, thank you so much. And Ronnie and Francine Diggs, thank you so much for having me here this evening. More importantly, I want to thank each of you for being here. This is such a special evening for me. Not just because each of you are here, but because my father is here. He lives in Philadelphia. I've been here for almost 20 years now, and while we stay connected and talk on the phone daily, there's nothing like sharing this moment with him. And this event really came about at his urging. Half of the people here are people that he's known for 40 years at least, and people that I've known since I was a small young girl. And I was able to fold in the relationships that I've established in law school with David Rothstein, David Hope, David Edelstein, David Howard, who's in the back, who went to Howard with me as well. My 4 Davids, exactly. So I want to thank everybody for being here, and as well as all of the new friends who have joined the campaign. This is very important. We have been hosting these events since June, when I first declared my candidacy. And I declared my candidacy only after being in this community for approximately 20 years. I started off at the University of Miami, graduated, I opened my own practice, and in doing that, I serviced average members of this community in whatever legal needs that they had. And the one thing that I realized in servicing their legal needs is how important it was to have judiciary who cared about the concerns of the community, who cared that people took so much before they reached the point of litigation, that whether they were having a hearing for an hour, 5 minutes, or a day, that it really was very, very important and very life-altering for them. And so as a practitioner, I realized how important it was for me to prepare, to understand the law, and to make sure that I litigated very aggressively on behalf of my client, because again, everyone is affected by these decisions that the court makes. And so part of being who I am, and that is, I'd like to say being a woman of the world, in that I have a very diverse background. I've had a lot of work experience. I had a career before I went to law school. I've raised children. I've balanced my career, and also in being a small business person, it became very, very clear to me what the needs of this community were. So after running my practice for many years and becoming a traffic magistrate and having an opportunity to really make decisions very quick, to be able to be fair, to be able to be respectful to the people who came before you, I realized that there was a need in the judiciary for people like me. And so I looked around and I decided, who best than myself? And so I took the energy that my father instilled in me, and it was that ambition, that discipline, and just that desire to do more and to give more. And I rolled all of that up and decided that I would start with the JNC process. John Kozak is here. He was a member of the Judicial Nominating Commission for many years when I went before them and essentially presented myself with the hope that they would nominate me. And I was very successful with John's support and was nominated 9 times to the governor's office for appointment. So what that means in layman's terms is that I've been vetted for qualifications, for ability, and the Judicial Nominating Commission decided that I would make a great judge. So went through that process. Despite that, I was not nominated, I wasn't appointed, excuse me, but I took all of those efforts, all of the support I had, and now we're essentially going through the community, meeting people in all walks of life, all members of Miami-Dade County, and we're asking for their support and their vote. And I am asking to be elected because, again, I have the experience, I care about this community, and I know that I'll serve this community well based on my background, my fine judgment, my maturity, my experience, and more importantly, I am very much like each and every one of you. I have an ambition. I seek to reach the pinnacle in my career, to be able to give and to be a very big part of this community and to provide service. So I'd ask that each of you consider me on August 14th, which is the election day. I thank you very much for your support. I ask that when you go back into your communities, that you let people know about my candidacy, and I'm grateful for your support. Thank you so much for being here today.